I'll start with Richardson. We haven't talked a ton about him this year, but it's become a sensational season, a great move that they put together, bringing him in here and making him such a sure thing off the bench. And making me forget about Evan Fournier, even with the performance that Fournier had here, it made it tough to forget Fournier.
Did
But
you just say
I
you
thought
forget
Richardson
about
was better.
Fournier? That was your
Yeah,
guy.
I
That was
think
your
I
guy.
I think I decided somewhere in the first half that
That's it.
I was probably wrong
Wow.
about Fournier.
Done. Bobby's pulling the plug on that. Wow.
Yeah, he's been so bad for the Knicks, and he comes out huge here. But I can't get over how he ended this game, falling on his ankle, rolling around, forcing Kemba to do that take foul that knocked him out of it, and then just getting up and finishing it out. That was just such a blunder by the Knicks there. But on Richardson, he saved this game. I mean, this would have been a monumental collapse. This would have been one of the worst losses in recent memory for the Celtics, the way this game went in the first half. And he was on the ball in the fourth, doing something that he hasn't done a ton this year in terms of creating, moving inside out, passing, and then finding open spaces for himself and shooting so well. I think we all rolled our eyes when Brad and Ime said we think he can get back to being the shooter that he was in Miami, because it seemed like such an anomaly to start his career, the things he was doing down there. Stroke looks pure. We didn't love it early, John. We were talking about how awkward and hitched it looked early this season, and now he's just hitting everything.
Well, they dared him to shoot all game. They let him. Yeah, they let him. They wanted him to shoot it, and he did, and he made him pay. But it's the mid range. He's still, you know what it is with Richardson though? Confident. He's confident to take those shots.
Yeah, he finds his spots.
And with a lot of things, those back-to-back in the first half, those drives with the scoop with the right and then the scoop with the left, like that's a confident scorer's move that he made in each of those situations. And you're right, he gets jab Steph, gets to a spot, gets to the elbow, confident to pull up and take that mid-range. So he's doing it with a scorer's mentality. It's not just a guy where a few fell. And right now, you're right. There's a level of consistency here where it's not surprising when it goes in. It's not an anomaly. It's not a fluke. He is playing, confident offensive basketball, albeit in a limited role. He's not, this is the most this has to be season high field goal attempts for him. And it's still only 14, so, he's been pretty solid of late, hitting double figures in most games. You got to like what you see here off the bench. I mean, if the team is healthy, being able to count on Richardson to do this sort of stuff we're looking 27, 15, 17, 11, 5. That was in the blowout against Portland, 11, 7, 18, 6, 15, 11. So he's stringing together a lot of, double digit, performances here on limited opportunities. So, good for him, good on him. And obviously bodes well if he can kind of keep it going.
I'm thinking too. Yeah. Great thing that they extended him, right? We're not.
Yeah, he's doing good. Trade him.
Well, it increases his value there, and then if you want to keep him,
he's great.
Around again next year. He's not another guy walking out the door.
No, that's fine. Go ahead, Sherrod.
No, I was just going to say that the one thing that he is really, I think, doing exceptionally well is he's figuring what the game needs from him. You don't see him out there trying to force the action. You don't see him trying to do things that are outside of his skill set. He's not a great three-point shooter, but if you leave him wide open, he has every reason to take that shot. In his mid-range game, and I know we've talked about it before, but that to me has been the biggest revelation about his entire game, the fact that he can knock that shot down with such consistency. That has been by far the most consistent part of his game all season long, which none of us really had a sense he could knock that shot down with this kind of consistency because he hadn't done it before.
Yeah, he's scoring at all three levels. Really, he's getting to the rim. He's finding his spot in between, which is good. Ime gives him the leniency to get that shot off, and he made good use of it. I love when he drew 2 free throws on it in the fourth, hit another shot from about 18, 20 feet on the stretch here. 4-4 in the fourth. He couldn't miss. He just got to his spots again. And he is a guy who moves. There aren't many of them on this team. I saw it again here, and we'll get to Tatum later. Just a disaster of ball handling from all 3 lead facilitators on this team in this one. Richardson had to just grab the ball from them late, get to his spots, get the ball swinging a little bit, and fix the offense. That third was a debacle offensively for this team. Just no one could step up to the plate and make plays on the ball. And Richardson, who hasn't had to do it all year, stepped up and got it done. There was a real nice sequence where he got to Neesmith. Neesmith got inside to Cantor, who got trapped. And I think Richardson reset himself in the left corner there for a 3. That's about as good a movement as you got in all the second half.
Yeah, he had a lot of stretches at both ends of the floor that he was able to string together. He had the one where he knocked down a shot, goes back on defense, gets a steal, helps start the transition, and then he finds an open teammate, for basket. Little things like that may not seem like they're huge, but when you're trying to build something like the Celtics are, you need players like him doing those type of things with some kind of consistency. So to your question, to your point, John, now's the time to trade him.
Yeah, now's the time. Sell high.